That music hard, bro. That music hard. Ooh. Welcome back to the Who's Got Next Sports Podcast. We back. Last week, I had a malfunction. I'm supposed to be the pro here. I'm supposed to be the vet. He the rookie, and the audio was messed up, and it was on me. But we back this time. We better. Shout out Mike, amazing cuts with the cut this week. Yeah, ready to go. So the generational debate for this week.
Hold on, before we get into that, the generational debate will be Miles fucking up the audio. Right? We're gonna get this shit right, man. This is the vet. This is Stephon Urkel here, and we need him sharp. We need him on point, man. He went and got cut this week.
Yeah.
Then he done effed up again wearing this damn Aaron Rodgers jersey.
I can't support my favorite player.
Fuck no.
All right,
we're gonna get into that later.
My fault, big bro.
We're gonna get into Aaron Rodgers later. But kick us off.
All right, so this week we got the greatest point guard ever. Is it Magic Johnson or is it the chef, Steph Curry?
The chef.
You've never heard that nickname before, bro? You living under a rock?
Downside, but go ahead.
So Steph Curry has done things that – this is the best way I can explain it to you. I think Magic has a unique game as a playmaker, great assist man, give you a walking double-double. But Steph Curry's three-point ability, I don't think Magic is as successful on some of those teams. Like the 2022 ring that Steph won, I don't know that Magic doing that. That run that Steph went on, the flurry for the gold medal last summer, I don't think we beat in France if Magic Johnson's our starting point guard. That's all I'm saying.
You know Magic Johnson won the chip playing center, right?
Oh, Magic, he a dog for sure.
I'm just saying because you went to, what Steph could do, his abilities and all that. Magic played all 5 positions.
True that.
Right? Magic almost averaged a triple-double for his career. Magic is the Magic man. This is that dude that I know Steph scores in a system.
He is the system.
No.
Yes.
Listen, before that system got there, Steph was not Steph. He was a good player, but he wasn't Steph.
When you say the system, you mean Steve Kerr?
I mean the triangle. Yes, the triangle.
Steph Curry came out against your Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
We ain't going to talk about that.
Okay, you already know where I'm going with this. That wasn't no system. That was Steph Curry giving y'all work. And then he felt his confidence come up. That's why you're shaking your head, because you know it's true. And then after that, he turned into the man. That wasn't no system. That was Steph giving y'all 53 in the Garden.
Steph became the man with Steve Kerr, man.
That was with Mark Jackson is what I'm saying.
But all right, that was a coming out. Everybody is a coming out party.
Yeah, and Steph's wasn't about a system. That's what I'm saying. He dropped 53 on y'all, no system. He was just giving y'all work.
He was a shooter. We ain't had nobody to guard him.
He still is. He's the greatest shooter.
No, he's not.
What?
I hate that they keep bringing Steph up, man. The greatest shooter. You can't touch him.
Who's the greatest shooter?
I think Reggie Miller. Oh, hold on. Look, Reggie Miller.
Reggie's got a strap. He ain't no Steph Curry.
Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, or Ray Allen.
They are all top 5, 10, undeniable.
Ray Allen had one of the smoothest.
No, they are all top. They're upper echelon shooters. They are not Steph Curry. You know, there's 7 seasons all time before this year where a player hit 300 threes. Steph Curry has 6 of them.
But it's a different game, no, bro.
But he's the reason why it's different, is what I'm saying. You know, there's one player to hit 400 threes. His name's Steph Curry. 6 times.
Bro, he shoots 10 threes a game.
Yeah, he's more efficient than anybody. He shoots 40% on them. Why do you think he has? I think he just hit 4,000 threes, right?
I don't care.
You don't care that he's hitting more threes than
He
anybody
go
else?
with these numbers again. I don't care.
You know, last episode you said numbers lie. No. Numbers don't lie. People lie about the numbers.
Numbers lie. Because
Numbers don't lie. Numbers are facts.
Listen, see, this is why I said, like, you want to bring up last episode. Last episode when I said, let's get away from the numbers and eyeball the work.
But the numbers are a representation of the work.
That's why numbers could lie. If you look up Steve Nash numbers in a game, in a Western Conference game against the Spurs, they'll look, oh my God, he had a great game. But they're not going to tell you every year he folded at the end of a game. Chris Paul, same exact thing. Numbers look great. Every year he folds at the end of a game.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's why I said, if you just look at the numbers.
But it's not just the numbers is what I'm saying. It's he's the all-time three-point leader and he has 4 championships.
But he's a great system. He's like Tom
No,
Brady.
he is the system.
He's Tom Brady.
Same thing with Tom. Okay, then how come Bill Belichick hasn't done shit since Brady left, but Brady got one in Tampa Bay?
Because he ain't have all them people.
Oh.
And we bouncing all around right now. Let's get back to basketball.
The players are the great players are what make the system is all I'm saying. Magic was the Showtime Lakers too, but Steph is the Golden State system.
Nah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Listen. Look, Steph is a bad man.
100%. And Magic is a bad man.
Steph is a bad man, right? But I don't think. Forget Clay. I don't think he could get those chips without Draymond.
Oh, and Magic getting them without Kareem?
He got one without Kareem.
No. It was a game. That game, he didn't lace him up, so he had to go run the 5.
But it doesn't matter though.
Yes, it does.
He still went out there and got it without him.
Okay, using that logic, then Steph got it when they benched Draymond against Boston.
That wasn't the last game.
It was a game. They lose that game if they keep playing Draymond.
Because remember, in 2016, what happened in the game that Draymond didn't play?
Yeah, and what happened when
lost.
he came back? How many did LeBron drop game 5 and how many did he drop game 6? 41 and what?
But
41 again.
But it doesn't matter. They lost.
Yeah. Nah, Draymond was hooping. They still lost.
Listen. Draymond is Scottie Pippen.
Oh my God, you love Scottie Pippen.
No, bro, because if you look at the system, Draymond is running the point forward.
For sure.
And that's what Scottie did. Scottie facilitated.
Draymond, I mess with you on Draymond is more valuable to that team than Clay was. I agree, but not than Steph.
I didn't say he's more valuable than Steph. I said Steph is not winning that championship without Draymond.
I think he wins 2022 without him.
He can't, bro. Listen, Draymond does way too much for Golden State. And it doesn't take nothing away from Steph, but he's the backbone. He's the listen, if Draymond wasn't there, people would be walking over Golden State.
100%, he's the heart of that team.
He kicking people in the
He's
nuts.
the heart of that team.
He choking people. Like, people know better than to go into there fucking with Draymond.
He's the Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer for sure, 100%. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying in that same breath, Magic Johnson's not Magic Johnson without Kareem. They both needed their second piece.
I think Magic is going to be Magic.
And Steph is too, is what I'm saying.
Nah, I don't know.
I'm saying team-wise, the Lakers don't win 5 chips in the 80s without Magic and Kareem. And team-wise, the Warriors don't win 4 rings without Steph and Draymond. Steph and Magic are both Hall of Fame players on their own.
So who better?
Better at the game of basketball? I hate to say it, it's Steph Curry.
I
hate to say it, it's Steph Curry. I hate to say it.
Some good Cali, man. Listen,
I hate to say it.
He's not better than Magic, bro.
Magic, you could argue, had the better career. The 5 rings in the 80s is great. It really is, but
he got the rings when basketball was basketball.
What are we talking about? Have you heard of evolution before? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I heard of evolution.
Right. So you think that 40 years in the future, the game didn't evolve into more skilled players?
That don't mean it's better.
That's what evolution is, bro.
No, but no, evolution means change. But it don't mean that it's better.
So you don't think that the players in the 2020s are more skilled than the players in the 80s?
They could be more skilled.
So
it doesn't mean that they're better. It don't mean that.
So if they're more skilled, they are what at basketball?
D-Book is way more skilled than Dwayne Wade. That don't mean he could mess with Dwayne Wade.
You low-key cooked me.
All right, then. All right. Who's more skilled, Ant-Man or Jordan?
Jordan is different. He was ahead of his time.
I'm not answer the question. Who's more skilled, Ant-Man or Jordan?
That's different, though.
Bro, no. It's skilled. I'm talking about crossover, step back.
Yeah, Jordan had all that, so he didn't have the jumper.
No, man. Jordan did not. Jordan was not doing no Euro step. He wasn't step backing.
Okay.
Jordan was athletic, but he had a mid game. His game was mid.
I think it wasn't mid, but I get what you're getting at. Yeah.
I don't mean mid like he wasn't nice. I mean like
yeah.
It was nothing. He's gonna get to a spot and he's gonna bust your fucking ass.
And I will give you too that I think a big part of it is comparing yourself relative to your era because of evolution. How good were you in the 80s and the 90s? And Magic was one of them ones in the 80s. I'm just saying Steph's ability to shoot from the parking lot.
But all right, this is it, and I'll leave it alone, right? When do you see Steph not look good? Like when did Steph lose chips or lose the Western Conference Finals? When do you see Steph not look good?
He doesn't have help.
No.
Yes.
It's not that, because when they lost to Cleveland, he had all his help there. It's not that.
But you said, when does he not look good?
All right. When does he not look good?
For example, this year, before they had Jimmy Butler, he was not as efficient when you got his second option.
It don't matter. He was still busting people's ass. But that's Steph.
No. His numbers elevated after the Jimmy trade.
Steph game, he's not gonna go out and bust your ass like just to bust your ass. He busts your ass moderately, and he gets other people involved.
So Magic doesn't get other people involved more?
No, he does. He does.
Okay,
He does.
So what's the argument?
No, I'm saying with Steph though. Steph is not a Magic ain't a player either that would just keep going at you.
So
going
then what
at
are we
you, going
saying?
at you. What do you mean? What are we saying?
What you're saying for Steph applies to Magic too.
No, because Magic would see what I'm getting to before you let me finish, Stephon, that Steph is not a physical player.
Okay.
Whenever people is allowed to get physical with him, he doesn't look good. Those last
Okay, I'll mess with you on that, and this goes back to
So
what
look,
I just said.
no. So hold on.
Go ahead.
So hold on. So if you see a player that doesn't look good when you're allowed to get, think about any time he lost. And it's Kyrie, Cleveland, Golden State. Those last 3 minutes of the game was Steph against Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie busted his ass.
Kyrie busted, and he the ref allowed him to get physical.
I agree with you.
Allowed him to get up in him.
I agree with you.
He can't come off them screens. He's touching his side when he's shooting.
100%.
He looked like shit.
100%.
This year too.
No, not this year. Hell no. This is what I will give you. Early on in his career.
So how the fuck can he play with the dudes in the 80s and 90s?
I'm about to explain it to you. Early in his career, what you just alluded to, Kyrie and him in the finals, hell yeah, when he wasn't as physical, he wasn't quite as good. When Steph put that weight on, he got bigger. When they played Toronto, he was hooping. And then when he came back 2022.
But you talking about who the fuck did Toronto have to guard him?
Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry. Let's not act like they don't play defense.
Listen. I'm not saying that. Somebody like Steph, you need to put a bigger
and what I'm saying
on
is
him.
When Steph got bigger, the physicality didn't phase him the same.
Yes, it did.
No, it did not.
Listen, you talking about Kyrie Irving, long arms, 6'3", 6'4".
Okay, so then what are we talking about when he beat Derek White and Marcus Smart in the finals?
You said who?
Derek White and Marcus Smart in the 2022 finals.
That was soft Derek White, and Marcus Smart is mad small.
What?
Derek White was soft as shit then. Listen,
what are we talking about?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Derek White ain't really coming to his own until last year.
That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true.
Hold on, Mr. Statistician. You look at all of his numbers before that.
He gets better every year. Yes.
No.
But defensively,
the year before that, I lost mad money fucking with him. FanDuel. I'm telling you, the nigga.
Right, but that's not defense. That's not defense.
The nigga will have 6 points, right? And then come back the next game and have 20 points, right?
Right.
He'll have a 15-point game again. And then the next point, he'll have 4 fucking points.
That has nothing to do with guarding Steph Curry.
He's not no defensive stopper.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Bro, y'all,
He's a good defensive. Marcus Smart was a defensive stopper.
Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year in 2022, and Steph Curry busted his ass.
Hold on. Just because he won Defensive Player of the Year don't mean that he's a player that you could put on Steph Curry.
You know why that doesn't make sense? Your argument was you can't be physical with Steph Curry's not as good when he's physical.
But he's still little though.
Dude, what? And what I'm saying is when Steph put the weight on against Toronto, every year moving forward after that, it didn't matter. Clutch Player of the Year, 2023, 2024.
What happened this year? Who they lost to this year?
He was hurt. He was hurt.
Who they lost to?
Minnesota.
All right.
What does that have to do with Steph Curry?
Minnesota is a what team?
Steph Curry. You know Steph Curry played one game and they won the game?
Hold on.
They won the game.
Hold on, son. Minnesota is a what team?
Physical, long team.
Exactly.
What does that have to do with Steph Curry?
Hold on. Who did they have on him?
And he dropped 13 points in 13 minutes.
Oh, whatever, with an L. Who did
they won. See, you're lying. On God, they won that game.
I'm talking about the series.
He didn't play.
I'm talking about the series.
He's supposed to win on the bench. He did not play. He played one game, and they won it.
Bro,
he won the game.
They were going to lose.
No, but you're talking about because Minnesota plays physical defense, they didn't play that on Steph Curry. He didn't play. He didn't play. You're making up stuff.
They lost, right?
He did not play.
He scored how many points on him in a minute? 13
points in 13 minutes. That's a point a minute. And they won the game. And then he got hurt, and he didn't play again.
So now they blaming the injury.
I'm not blaming an injury. You're talking about, they guarded him physically. He didn't play.
He don't like being guarded physically.
He didn't play. What is he supposed to do from the bench? That doesn't even make sense.
He don't like being guarded physically.
13 points, 13 minutes.
What that mean? Tracy McGrady did that shit in less. What the fuck did that
Hell
mean?
Yeah, that's great work.
What that mean?
That means it's great basketball.
He still took his ass home.
He won the game. He played one game and he won it. What you want him to do? You want him to win on the bench?
So that was it for Steph Curry.
He got hurt.
And you let him off the hook with.
I'm not letting him off the hook. I'm saying it's not good or bad. You can't judge somebody that's not playing.
They lost, B.
Yeah, no, they did.
They
It wasn't
lost.
Steph's fault.
They do that to the Knicks all the time. They lost, B.
It wasn't Steph's fault. That's all I'm saying.
Man, let's
It wasn't Steph's fault.
hit the button, man. Episode 2. Who got next, man? We getting into this new trade that just happened in the NBA, man. Tell them what happened.
So we going Desmond Bane first?
Going Desmond Bane.
All right, so Desmond Bane got traded from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Orlando Magic. I think that. Who do you think won that trade?
It's hard to tell, man. I think Desmond Bane is a great player, great piece to Orlando, but I still think they're a piece short. They need a point guard. They need a point guard. But the physicality, the go hard, I think they got a dog in Desmond Bane. And everybody's saying all these draft picks and shit, right?
Right.
I don't see these draft picks panning out to be shit nowadays. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all generation is fucked up.
It depends. It depends because not that we're going here. I'm just saying, for example, Oklahoma City built their team off of draft picks and look at them now. So it just depends on if you hit on the picks. Depends on if you hit.
Oklahoma really didn't build their team on draft picks.
What are we? Bryce, you hear this? Oklahoma didn't build their team on draft picks.
Not really.
J-Dub that dropped 40 last night. That wasn't off a draft pick. Chet wasn't off a draft pick.
All right.
Casey Wallace wasn't a draft pick. Aaron Wiggins wasn't a draft pick.
Listen, I hear what you're saying,
Those are draft picks.
but the main motor,
No, Shea, yeah.
Okay.
But the supporting cast, because let's think about it. Shea averaged 30 in 2023.
all I'm saying is this: Orlando got their draft picks,
And
already.
if they hit,
It's not a hit.
don't know that.
What I'm saying is what they gave up 4, 5 first round draft picks.
let me look at it.
All right.
4.
All right,
4.
they gave up 4, right? Now, what I'm saying is they have their 3, 4 first round picks already on their team. Their team is built, so they don't need no more draft picks coming in there. If they
For sure.
if they keep those guys and they went and got the player that they need, which is Desmond
Yeah,
Bane,
and you still got Paulo. You still got Franz Wagner. Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where they don't, because these draft picks ain't panning out to be everything. To me, these last couple of years, man, like 5, 6 years, bro. These first round draft picks
And that's
been like
that's what I'm getting at is
This shit like
these last
double
5,
double.
6 years when Oklahoma City got built. Again, Shea averaged 30 2023. They missed the playoffs because J-Dub and Chet had to come into their own. So it just depends on if you hit. I'm not arguing with you that sometimes they miss, but if you hit, you hit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
But I agree, though. I think Orlando's in a position where they don't necessarily need those picks. It's more so you have Paulo, you have Franz Wagner, you add Desmond Bane. I think, like you said, they're a piece away. I don't know if Desmond Bane can be a 2. I think he'd be a really good 3.
So who you see them going to get right now?
I don't think they're going to get anybody
Wait, you
else.
said you don't see who?
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know if Desmond Bane be a 2.
Rewind. What?
I don't know if he'll be a 2. On a championship team, he might need to be a 3. Paulo can be a... That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Motherfucker, where the fuck do you see them playing Desmond Bane at?
Not the position. I'm talking about option. Like, Paulo's the first option. He's the second
Oh, I
option.
was about to say.
No. I'm talking about option. Like,
but-
right now, Paulo's the 1 on that team. Desmond Bane's the 2. I'm saying I don't know if you can actually win like that.
Yeah, but see,
I'll take Desmond over Franz.
now hold on. See, this is where you fucking up at, right? Because you don't really know if Franz Wagner could carry a team, and you don't really know if Blanchardo, whatever the fuck his name is, you don't really know if he could really carry a team.
That's what I'm getting at, though. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Desmond Bane is they might need another piece. Like, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, Desmond Bane are pieces that can help you, but I think they might need another one, is what I'm saying.
Who you see them getting?
I don't think they're going to do it this summer. I think
have to.
No, I think they believe they can win right now.
They don't, because they getting rid of all their guards. So you have to bring in guards. So what's the piece out there that you see? And you're like, damn, they could pull this off. I see somebody.
Who?
I want to see what y'all see first.
Like, you can't trade for trade. That would be a good fit, but you can't trade for trade. You can't trade
gave
for trade.
everything up.
There has to be somebody.
I don't think Desmond Bane, he can handle. Remember when Ja went
Yeah,
up?
Desmond Bane could hoop.
He can be a good guard, elite guard.
But I don't think he's a championship. I don't think he's a championship level point guard.
But Paulo can also handle the ball too. So in the moment,
They need that guy.
They need a point
You
guard.
need that, like,
And they need
Rajon
somebody
Rondo type of guy.
They need a scoring guard.
Potentially.
It's not potentially. They need, if you don't know if your 2 main guys can be that guy, You need to spread the ball out.
But I trust Paolo though.
Yeah, but you saying you trust him and if he's ready are two different things.
I think Paolo's ready. I don't know about the rest of the team. I think Paolo's ready.
I don't think he's ready.
What more do you think he needs?
Because he don't have that face up game yet. And Paolo is, listen, that's one of my favorite young players in the NBA.
You don't even know the nigga last name.
So Blanchard or whatever, Paolo, I don't know how to say that nigga whole fucking name. Blanchard. Fuck, I don't even know what he is.
He was talking about Melo, the closest thing to Melo.
Yeah, Paolo's closer to Melo than Julius Randle.
But what I'm about to say is I don't see that aggression out of Paolo. I'm not seeing him want to put up 40 on you if he got a mismatch on him. That's what I'm saying. When you look at when he's like Scotty Barnes to me, like somebody that listen, Scotty tough, bro, and the Blanchard nigga better than him. But I'm saying he's tough though, and they got all of the tools. But it's just you don't see them like this. Is my team.
I think Paolo does that. I got that vibe from him,
bro. He didn't. I saw it in the playoffs. He didn't really do it. If he would have did that, they would have won.
They played Boston. What are we talking about?
I don't give a fuck. Yo, Boston don't have an answer for him. He could physically move Brown or Tatum wherever he wanted to.
Yeah, Paolo wasn't the problem, is what I'm saying. He was getting buckets, but Orlando was.
But he
outmatched.
also wasn't the answer either. If your team needs 45 piece out of you every game,
that's unrealistic.
See, you say that, but when you need Brunson to do it, he'll do it.
Nobody averages 45.
When you need Tatum to do it,
nobody averages 45.
He will do it.
Bro, that's unrealistic.
He will do it.
Nobody averages 45. You're dragging it.
No, bro, dudes put up numbers.
No,
bro.
you can have games with 45, but you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. If you need a player to drop 45 every night, you're gonna lose. When the other team can have a 30 out of Tatum, a 25 out of Brown,
sometimes you need to see a Donovan Mitchell performance.
Okay, let me give you the perfect example.
You need to see a Jaylen Brown.
Let me give you the perfect example. Allen Iverson, 0-1 finals. He dropped 50 and dropped the Lakers off the step over game. Right, great, iconic. That cemented his legacy. They still lost the series 4-1 because the team was outmatched, is what I'm saying. Paolo could hoop. But Orlando not fucking with Boston.
But it wasn't that the team was outmatched.
Yes, they were.
It's not just about that, bro. Listen, coaching, and this is a perfect example. Right now in the NBA, this playoffs, you seen coaches clearly
out-coached for sure.
So you just can't say that. So now if you got Allen Iverson playing one-on-one basketball, and now you have a coach that's like, we're not going to let you. You know who's a great example of that? Greg Popovich.
Okay, yeah,
right?
He's a hell of a coach, yeah.
And Popovich is the reason why Chris Paul don't got no fucking championships.
For sure.
People don't talk about that.
For sure.
He'll let Chris Paul do his thing, game 4, game 5, game 6, shit like that. He'll stop helping and tell Chris Paul, you got to score 45 to beat us.
And that's my point.
No, you not. Listen, it's certain games, bro, where players are born. It's just like Halliburton, right?
Okay.
Certain games you saw he was a facilitator. Mm-hmm. Certain games you saw he went out there, he was a killer. He knew what his team needed at the time to get a win.
I disagree. I think that Hallie, when he is at his best, it's both. And then when he's not at his, like, you will rarely see Halliburton have 10 assists on a night where he's like, where he has 8 points. It's either he has 20 and 10 or he has like 12 and 6. It's both at the same time.
But it's still knowing what your team needs.
No, they needed that shit in game 5. He was nowhere to be found. That's what I'm saying. It's not like he's going to have 5 points with 12 assists. He either has 20 and 10 or he had a shitty game.
But listen, there's other players out there that would have did that would have brought that home.
Yeah. That's why Hallie not a superstar.
Okay, then. But there's players out there that would have, if that was D Wade in his prime.
Duh.
Okay, if that was Derrick Rose in his prime.
Duh.
Okay, then.
He's not an MVP. He's not a finals MVP.
All I'm saying is don't act like it's not possible.
All I'm saying is.
And what you play off of what teams give you.
But you need help. Like, okay, for example, Indiana and Orlando, right? We're talking about Paolo being ready, not being ready. Indiana's a better roster than Orlando is.
Rosters, listen, bro.
You can only do so much.
Bro,
you can only do so much.
You can't say rosters. The Knicks had a better roster than Indiana.
Yeah, but it's comparable. I'm saying Orlando's not comparable.
It's coaching as well, too.
Yes, but Orlando's not comparable.
But sometimes it just comes down to the dog.
Sometimes. But Orlando doesn't have that other dog. That's what I'm saying. Getting Desmond Bane helps. This past season, they wasn't on that same tier.
Hit the button. Who the fuck do you see them getting? Who do you see Orlando getting?
Hey, low key, I was thinking, what y'all think about them getting that dude out there in Portland, bro?
Anthony Simons?
Anthony Simons or
Okay.
He's not a point guard.
Yes. What?
Anthony Simons is the 2.
You said he's a scoring guard.
Yeah, facts.
But you have Bane already.
No. Anthony Simons is more of a 1 than Desmond.
He's not.
Bane.
He's
yes,
a 2.
he is.
Bro, he's a 2. He came in as a 2. He's a 2.
He learned under Dame, and
But
now he's the 1.
He's just like C.J. McCullough. C.J. McCullough is not a point guard. He's playing point guard.
No, Anthony
he's not a
Simons is
point guard.
actually a point guard.
No, look up where he came in. He's not a point guard. I remember him.
Or you do that dude out in Utah, Colin Sexton. You know he can run the 1.
I like Colin Sexton.
He's whack though. He can't score. He's not a threat to spread the court. Sexton could score, but he's not a threat to. To me, you know who like that kid, the other kid out of Utah.
Oh, Keontae.
Oh, dirty.
He's a
Keontae
scoring
George
guard,
Knight.
too.
Yeah.
I said a scoring point guard, not a scoring guard. A scoring point
I think
guard.
out of those 3, I would lean towards Colin Sexton.
That nigga's trash, man. He's trash, man.
That's Georgia bread, bro. Come on,
Bro.
Why? Cause he from over here?
I mean, he
from
is, but that
Georgia?
doesn't have nothing to do with how good he is. He's not great, but he's a nice piece.
Bro, he's fast. He got some assists with him and all that. But if you need somebody to spread the court out, I would take Lonzo Ball over him. Lonzo Ball will go perfect on Orlando.
Okay, that's a good one too.
Perfect.
That's a good one too.
He played D,
Shit, Kobe White too, but they don't have enough to get Kobe White.
but that's why I said Lonzo Ball. They're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of his contract.
Yeah. Lonzo would be nice.
That's who I think they should go after. They don't got enough money to go get Garland. They don't got
Let that go. Yeah, they're not gonna get an all-star. They're not gonna get an all-star point guard.
Oh, another kid that I think they could get is but they ain't throw him in the trade. And he a good point guard, but he don't be getting a shot though. Trey Jones.
Okay. Out of Phoenix. No. Yeah, he talking about Trey is in Washington. I think Tyus was in Phoenix.
Yeah, that nigga always.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
It's 2 of them.
No, it's a brother. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 of them.
I thought Trey was in San Antonio. Where you at?
Yeah, you're right. Trey's in San Antonio. Tyus was in Phoenix.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I think either one. They both are nice. They both are nice, but yeah, they need a chance.
That's what I think.
Which one, Tyus or Trey?
I'll take Tyus.
Okay. Yeah, me
Talking
too.
about Phoenix, bro.
I'll take Tyus. Yeah, but anyway, with
Speaking of Phoenix, Kevin Durant.
fuck Kevin Durant.
You just mad because he went to the Nets instead of the Knicks in 2019.
Nah, I ain't mad because now look, that old spider head motherfucker, that nigga look like he got mad spiders on his fucking head. Now he begging to come to the Knicks. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, Kevin Durant. Stay your ass where the fuck you at. Go to San Antonio and play with them niggas in the river.
So you think he's going to end up on a Texas team?
Yeah.
Do you think he's more likely to end up on the Spurs or the Rockets?
I think see look, I think Kevin Durant is better off going to one of those teams because you don't know if De'Aaron Fox and Wemby is a dog, right? Not saying that they can't hoop. They hoopers, they ballers, all that. And that other kid too, man.
Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson.
Stephon
Castle.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think Kevin Durant is gonna hurt that kid's growth when he gets there,
100%,
right?
100%.
'Cause that kid is fucking nice, right? De'Aaron Fox, cool point guard. He reminds me of John Wall a little bit.
Okay.
He got a better jumper. I don't think he better than John Wall, but John Wall was a bad man, bro. I just think Kevin Durant will fit perfect on that team because he a closer. He gonna go get that bucket. And I don't see Wemby complaining about the ball, and I don't see De'Aaron Fox complaining about the ball.
Yeah, I think if that would be a situation where they all know is at the end of the game, give it to Kevin.
Yeah. Boom. That spider head.
I think you would have the same effect in Houston, though. I think if they
Nah. I don't think so. Houston got some. Yo, bro, them kids in Houston, they're one player. See, now if Houston would have, and people might say I'm crazy for this shit or whatever, but if I was Houston GM, I would have just did what Orlando did. But I would have wanted them draft picks back. I would have for Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green showed me last year.
I'm not gonna lie, he got all the tools.
Yeah, but he just didn't have it.
That motherfucker ain't got no heart. Dre done sucked all the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, pause. Hey, chill.
Ain't no pause. Listen, bro, that nigga made 2 and some change. No freaky. I ain't say I did. I said Drea, nigga. Fuck you, man. That nigga ain't have no juice, and he posting videos on vacation after you gonna. Didn't that nigga score 0 in the game?
Yeah, facts.
Oh my, 0?
6'38".
Bro, you shouldn't even have a girl after that, bro. Go shoot some jumpers somewhere, some shit, bro. Do something, bro. Scarecrow. They gotta put that nigga out in the woods in Greenland or Iceland or some shit with the Viking niggas and get tough, bro. He gotta get tough, bro. I don't know how you make a nigga tough nowadays. I don't know. Put that nigga in.
You gotta want it, bro. I don't think Jalen Green wanted it. Honestly, no disrespect to.
What you mean no disrespect?
I didn't
Fuck
say
whoever
nothing
you about
yet.
to say something about.
I
Fuck
didn't
them.
say nothing yet.
Yeah, what you
No
about to say?
disrespect to that community, but you know he get his nails painted and shit like that.
Nah.
Like,
Come on, yo, you tripping? Tripping?
I'm tripping.
Yeah, you tripping?
I'm tripping.
Tripping? Dead tripping.
I just feel like you're not a dog.
Nah, yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with it.
All right, Jared the exception to the rule. I just feel like that's not doggish. The same way you be getting on Drake about shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Right? It's not a
Yeah,
dog.
but I ain't gonna do this.
It's not a dog. You feel me? Ain't not a dog. Ain't no dog out here. Your nails need to be like broken. You a dog.
Nah,
Like,
Caleb Williams is balling with them nails.
is he a dog though? He a good football player, but is he a dog? You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I was saying. No disrespect.
I would have made that trade though because I feel like if Houston had a half-ass competent two.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but this is my question. So you trade Jalen Green, Sengun's the one? Like as option wise, Sengun's the one? If you trade Jalen Green?
Yeah.
Is Sengun the one though?
Yeah.
I think Sengun's a 2.
No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like that kid.
No, he's nice, but I think he's a 2.
Nah, bro. They don't feature him. I like
So you think if they get rid of Green, his game flourishes?
it's not even getting rid of Green. I think Van Fleet and Sengun play good together.
You know, I love Fred VanVleet.
The what's the other kid that came off the
Jabari
bench?
Smith.
Oh yeah,
And
him.
Thompson's nice. They got a roster.
Thompson.
They got a roster for
But
sure.
those they got look, that's something that they got to get rid of one of them.
One of who? Thompson, Smith.
Thompson or Smith.
You
gotta
you
get
keep
rid of-
Thompson. Thompson different.
Listen, it depends on which direction you gonna go.
What he offers defensively, like he's like a freak. No
yeah,
diddy.
but yeah, that was crazy. But anyway, you might be able to get more. for
True,
Thompson.
true. He's a hotter commodity.
So now, if you could bring KD in, and I'll keep Smith and get rid of Thompson, you know,
Okay.
you
Okay.
you looking at now you in a different pay rate.
Okay, but what you said about KD stunting Stephon Castle's growth, right? I think KD will stunt Jabari Smith's growth as well.
But you keeping them for the future anyway, because this about that chip right now.
It's not about that. Okay. But I think wherever KD goes is gonna become about that chip. KD's not trying to go nowhere to go home in the first round. He might end up, but that's not what he's trying
But I'm
to.
gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of teams gotta watch getting KD, and I swear, I never relinquish my Knick card. But if they get KD, I might have to take this Yankee fitted off and all. I might have to start wearing.
You're not messing with Brunson and
different
KD?
No. Listen, KD has not made any team better that he's been on.
I don't think
Listen,
that's true.
and the only reason that shit worked in Golden
Because
State
yeah.
they had Draymond. Draymond kept him in shape.
I'm not gonna say he's the only reason. Like they were a good team. This is my opinion on Golden State. They were already a championship level team, and then you add KD to it. It's not about Draymond, it's not about Steph, it's not about Clay. They were already a championship team, and you just added KD to it. And I would say, as far as him not making teams better, he does make teams better, but he doesn't. What was Brooklyn before Kevin Durant was there? Just because he didn't win a championship doesn't mean he didn't make them better.
Oh, it's not one. Listen, when I say make a team better, right? I'm talking about you looking at one player.
Yeah, he dropped 49 game 5.
You're not even hearing what
Okay,
I'm
go
saying.
ahead. I'll be quiet.
See, you saying what he scored.
made
I'm
them
talking
better.
about if you got a vet, if you got somebody coming in, right? You like, damn, you know what? Kyle Kuzma was all right, but when we brought KD in, KD helped him bring his game to a whole nother level.
Okay, so this is what I would say.
KD go for
KD's
self.
not a leader, but he makes teams better at basketball. Those are two different things.
How the fuck is that?
For example,
Who?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, don't wait.
Your guy, Draymond Green, is the leader on Golden State. He's not the best basketball player on the team. Kevin Durant is a guy you plug on the team. He's going to make the team better at basketball, but he's not a
No.
leader. Yes.
He's not. Listen,
He's not a leader.
bro. He don't make the team better. At, he makes the team more dangerous. When you talk about somebody that makes the team better, like you'll say Jimmy Butler, You'll say
that's what I'm saying. He's more of a leader.
no.
Yeah.
No. See, he busy talking. He ain't listening, right? When you talk about somebody that make a team better, you talking about somebody that's gonna go pass the ball. Somebody
100%.
that's gonna go set hard picks.
100%.
Somebody that's gonna dive on the floor. That's 100%. Gonna do all of the things that you need to do to make a team better, and then they're gonna score the ball.
Right, and those things that you're talking about, those intangible things that aren't about
KD ain't
being
doing
skilled
none of
at
them
basketball.
shits.
That's what brings the heart out of people. That's the leadership. That's what I'm saying. KD don't have the
It's
leadership.
not. No. That's
Yes.
listen, bro. That is not leadership.
Yes, it is.
No.
Okay, what's a leader to you when it comes to basketball?
Draymond is a leader.
Yeah, he does all the shit you just said. The hard-ass screens, the diving on the floor.
But being a leader is not about that. Being a leader is about controlling your team.
Yeah, like KD doesn't do that.
But listen, what we're talking about is doing the intangibles.
Yeah, KD doesn't do that.
Oh, all right, but you confusing a leader with intangibles.
The intangible things is what tends to make the great leaders great.
No.
Yes.
See, you can't say that because certain leaders lead differently.
But
listen, Kawhi is a leader.
He's another person that makes you better at basketball.
No.
I don't think of him as much of a leader.
See, this is what it is. Kawhi is a leader, but he's a silent leader. He's
a lead by example type of guy.
That's a leader.
Yeah, KD doesn't fit that mold, but he makes you better at basketball the same way Kawhi does.
No, how? Who do you show me people that got better under KD?
That's not what I'm saying.
Listen,
I'm not saying
show
he makes,
me a team that KD didn't tear down.
I'm not saying he makes players around him better. He makes the team better.
Answer my question. Show me a team that KD did not tear down.
Golden State.
Bro, we keep talking about Golden State.
Okay, Brooklyn,
he tore that whole team down.
No, he took them further than they've ever made it before.
KD has been one of the only players to play with 3 future Hall of Famers damn near for the last 10 years. Yeah. And he only won with Golden State.
I'm not saying KD is like in the GOAT conversation or anything like that, but I'm saying I'm just saying he's a Hall of Fame player, and when you add that Hall of Fame piece, he's going to make the team better. He doesn't necessarily...
How?
Because he gives you 27 a night. That makes the team
what I'm
better.
Saying, bro. Look. He's giving them how much right now in Phoenix?
I think it was 26.
That motherfucker ain't diving. See, that's why Phoenix ain't doing shit. You got three.
My point.
You got 3 players
because they don't have a leader. That's my point.
It's not about a leader. You got 3 players that do the same shit.
Yeah.
You got 3 players that go for self and score.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody
they need a leader.
It's not a leader. It's somebody to do the intangibles. Look. Teams that have 3 players that do the intangibles is better off than an all-star cast team.
For sure.
A team like Allen Iverson was on Philly. That's better than this fucking team that Kevin Durant played on in Brooklyn.
I agree with you.
Phoenix got all of the pieces. They don't have nobody to dive on the floor. They don't have nobody to take a charge. They don't have that shit.
I'm just saying
they don't even have a fucking point guard.
Yeah, they don't have a leader. That's all I'm saying.
That don't make it a fucking leader.
Who's the leader on Phoenix?
Kevin Durant.
That's my point. They need a leader. KD can't be your leader is what I'm saying. And I'm saying if you go Houston, you could, we can look at, like you said, you like Sengun, he's young. Maybe he's your leader. That's all I'm saying.
That's not Kevin Durant game. Leader. Kevin Durant ain't been on.
He's not the leader.
On Phoenix, who did Kevin Durant get rid of?
Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson.
No, I'm talking about who did he want out of there that he played with?
Chris Paul.
No.
Who? DeAndre Ayton?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, that's a good post player that he could have worked off of. See, this KD's problem, right? He don't know how to give the ball up to get it back.
Yeah, he needs the ball in his hand to get buckets.
See, and that's what people don't realize about older basketball and new basketball. What you don't see is how Shaq made the game easier for people to play with him.
100%.
Hakeem made the game easier for people to play with him. 100%. KD has weapons. Bro, if you give the ball up and you set screens,
yeah, for sure.
You're gonna, once Book gets cooking, it's going to make it easier for you. But that's not how he plays basketball.
I agree.
He don't play basketball that way. So he don't make a fucking team better. He only, because all he wants to do is fucking score. You got to put him on a team that has people that just do the fucking intangibles.
Yeah, that's how you win a championship with him.
That's how you win with him, period. That's why he was so good with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that's my point.
You said that's your point with
what? KD and Russ went further than they did when it was just Russ because Kevin Durant made the team better. They didn't win a championship, but when he was on the team, they were better.
This nigga keeps saying this making the team better shit.
So they weren't... Okay, were they better or worse with KD? The Thunder.
Don't do that.
Were they better or worse?
Because I'll point something out to you.
Were they better or worse at basketball?
They were actually, it was a point. Listen, bro. Listen. Now, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, the whole OKC team, right?
For sure.
Without Russell Westbrook.
Russ was there the whole time.
No, Russ tore his ACL, remember?
Meniscus, but yeah.
He was out for a whole season.
Yeah. Same thing with KD.
Hold on. Yeah. But answer this question. Remember when KD went out, Ibaka was out too.
Okay.
KD and Ibaka was out.
Right.
So did OKC go to the playoffs without KD and Ibaka, or did they go to the playoffs without Russ? It had the whole other team.
The year KD and Ibaka was out, they didn't make the playoffs.
They did make the
No,
playoffs.
they didn't. They were the 9 seed.
Look it up.
They
Russ,
were the 9 seed.
look it up. Russ averaged a triple-double, and he didn't
average a triple-double until Kevin Durant left. His first triple-double season was 16-17.
Bro, he averaged a triple-double. They made the playoffs. 17. They made the playoffs without Kevin Durant.
That's when Kevin Durant was on Golden State.
No. That's when Kevin Durant was hurt.
He did not average a triple-double.
Look it up.
You look it up. Bet $100 right now. He did not average He averaged triple-double 2017, 2018, 2020, and then 2021. He did not average his first triple-double until he won MVP when KD left.
Kevin Durant was hurt.
He did not average triple-double until
Just
Kevin
Google
Durant
it.
left.
Google it right now.
Dude, there's nothing to Google. I'm telling you.
Just Google it.
Okay. The first year he averaged triple-double was 2017.
Did they make the playoffs without KD?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking about KD being hurt. Him and Ibaka.
No.
Yes, they did.
Russell Westbrook, the first year he averaged
All right, but look at the playoffs. Look at what year did he go to the playoffs?
That's not what you said. You said he averaged triple-double.
I just said he went to the playoffs averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, he didn't average triple-double until Kevin Durant left. Not when he got hurt, when he left. That's what you just said.
Why stats always got to go?
You said that.
Why Steph
You said
gotta go to this?
You said he averaged triple-double.
Did they go to the playoffs with Russ without KD? Hold on. What year KD got hurt with OKC?
I think that was 2015.
That's 2014, 2015.
Right.
Did they go to the playoffs?
No. 2015, you said?
No. Find out what year he was hurt.
2015. They were the 9 seed. I just said that.
That wasn't. Find out if that's the year he got hurt.
He got hurt for. He just said 14, 15.
He didn't look it up.
What are we talking about? I just told you that. He got hurt 14, 15.
Look.
I don't know what. I already told you all this.
Listen to what he about to say.
I already told you all this. Russ and I averaged triple-double till KD left. They didn't make the playoffs. I just told you that.
For a second, I thought they did say that, but that was
What they said.
no. It's the year prior when they lost.
I just told you that.
They made the playoffs.
No,
KD was playing. When KD was hurt, they were the 9 seed. I told you that 5 minutes ago.
I'm gonna look this up, man. My shit ain't
9
working.
seed.
But did he get hurt?
Yes, the year they were hurt, he was the 9
his
seed.
injury. You gotta see how many. Show me the years. How many games he played?
I don't know. You think I'm just making this up? I told you they were the 9 seed.
Yo,
5
they
minutes
made the
ago.
playoffs without KD.
No, they did. When he left. Yeah, when he left.
You said what?
When he left.
They never made the playoffs when KD was hurt.
I don't know what. Look, Kevin Durant played 27 games in the 14-15 season, right? 27 games. You see that?
Why your finger keep moving, man? Got the twitches, man. This shit like this.
14-15, 9 seed. I told you that 10 minutes ago.
I gotta see that. I'm gonna look
I
it up.
just showed it to you.
I'm gonna dig into this myself, man. I'm
Everything
gonna
he
get back
said-
to this, man.
Before we wrap this up, do y'all peep that everything he just said was a lie to make himself sound better? He said Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double the year KD got hurt. False. The Thunder went to the playoffs.
So
the
what
year
year
Russ-
he averaged a triple-double?
when KD was on Golden State, not when he was hurt.
What year was that?
2017. Just be lying.
Hit the button,
Be
man.
lying. I'm not hitting the button. No, not after you lie like that. Hell no. Hell no. Just be lying. Trying to make me look bad. No.
This what the fuck you here for? You here for the stats?
Yeah, but
man.
you lying to me. Talking about he averaged triple-double. They
Yo.
made the playoffs. All of that is false.
Yo, I could swear he made the playoffs without KD, man.
Yeah, when he left.
2016, 2017.
That's what I
Whatever.
told you.
I know he took them to the playoffs
When KD was in Golden State.
without KD.
Yeah, when he was in Golden State, not when he
Hit the
was hurt.
fucking button.
No.
man.
So, the Boston Celtics. So, the question is, if you're Boston, right, the second apron is real, a lot of money that you got to pay. Do you keep Tatum and Brown? Do you trade one? What do you do if you're Boston?
What the fuck you gonna do?
What?
What you gonna do?
Oh, what am I gonna do? I keep both of them. I know Tatum's coming off an Achilles, but I think that duo is something that is special. Not too many teams have a player of Jaylen Brown's caliber and Jason Tatum's caliber on the same roster. Yes, you're gonna have to give up depth if you keep both of them. You're not gonna be able to keep Derek White and Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford and Peyton Pritchard. Somebody got to go.
It's not somebody.
Yes, people. That's what I'm saying. The depth's not going to be the same, but I don't think you can let go of
They
Brown
dropping
and
the
Tatum.
cap, so it's gonna be about 2-3 people.
I don't think you can get rid of Brown and Tatum. That's just me. I would keep that duo together.
I'm getting rid of them.
Which one?
I'm getting rid of Brown.
Okay. I do agree if you're going to get rid of one, it's Brown. But the reason that scares me is Tatum's coming off an Achilles.
I wouldn't even care. I'll just
scary. The only person that's really was on that same level was KD.
I thought that Brown was better than Tatum.
You're just a hater.
No, I do think that, and I think that because Tatum is he gets stuck on shooting a lot, bro.
I agree.
He's starting to shoot a lot.
Those step back threes. Yeah,
he's starting to shoot a lot of threes. I think Jaylen Brown. I don't think he's physically more versatile than Tatum, but I feel like his game is more versatile because Tatum is just he's just on jumpers, man.
It's like I get what you're getting at, but I just disagree because of Tatum's output. Like he does kind of limit himself as far as the potential that we see Jason Tatum has. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still better. Yeah,
I thought Brown was better, but he's not.
Yeah,
he's not. But
like it's like Tatum limits how good he can be, but he's still better than Jaylen Brown.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, if Brown only looks this way because he was injured this year, we don't know what the fuck is up with him.
Yeah, that knee. Yeah,
he could have been out there just dogging it, playing through an injury and shit. And next year he come back on some shit. So
next year will be big. But the thing is, they don't really have time. Like that cap is coming quick.
Yeah, but they still can make moves, man. And it ain't like if you get rid of Jaylen Brown, you can bring two pieces in, right?
100%.
So if you bring two good pieces in, all right, let's put it together. Let's say Tatum is hurt.
Okay.
They keep Porzingis, they keep Derek White, right? So who you bringing in if you get rid of Jaylen Brown?
If you're trading away Jaylen Brown, so you're talking about next year, Tatum's out with injury, no Brown.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna be able to keep Drew Holiday either.
And that's what I'm saying is kind of scary is if Jason Tatum's not playing, I don't know if I can move off of Brown. But
you still got pieces though. If you got Derek White, Porzingis, and you could put pieces around them. Okay, let's just say you don't have Horford, but you got Pritchard. Or let's just say you don't have Pritchard, you don't have Horford, but you got Holiday.
Right. Okay, who would I put there? You got to go with a scoring guy, especially for next year, because if Tatum's out, they need that number one option. And that's why I would just keep Brown. But if you're going to trade Brown.
Yeah, but if you keep Brown, you're keeping Brown to save next year. You're not thinking about 2-3 years down the line.
No, but I still think him and Tatum are a better duo than Tatum and anybody else that you were realistically trading for.
Nah, they're not though, bro.
Okay, so who would you trade him for? Because that's what I'm saying. I would keep him. If you're saying trade for who?
But I don't think they are. See, Boston is good because of the others.
Yeah, no, they got hella depth for sure.
It's not just the depth. They have, it's not like them pieces didn't come through. Like, them dudes is dogs on that team. That's
what I'm saying. The depth, yeah, hell yeah. I'm saying I wouldn't trade Brown, and you're saying you would, but for who? Because I don't think I would. I can't think of a situation where realistically where I would trade Jaylen Brown and we're winning on the other side of that trade.
I'm trying to think of who can I trade and get some pieces back. I'm thinking about Sacramento.
For who?
Draft picks and DeMar DeRozan.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
I would.
DeMar DeRozan like 35.
But listen, you talking about the future. If I could get draft, because they just got San Antonio
for
draft
sure
picks,
trading Fox.
So I'm thinking about a shit ton of draft picks, right? And I'm thinking, but I will use those draft picks to go get another vet when Tatum is good.
And all I'm saying is when Tatum is good, I think Brown is the two. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but with let's just say DeRozan money is off the cap by the time he get good, right? Okay. People are gonna want to go play with Tatum, right?
Assuming he's himself. I think I'm not just trying to hate. An Achilles is a hell of an injury to come back from.
Yeah, but this is modern day. Kobe did it at fucking 40.
We already went over this. His numbers dropped. He still played basketball, but his numbers dropped. The only person whose numbers didn't drop was Kevin Durant.
Okay, but the nigga was 40
That's
years
cap.
old.
Kobe retired at 37 years old.
But damn, this nigga, bro. God damn.
Y'all see how he be trying to lie?
Yo,
Y'all see he be trying to lie?
But how old was he?
37.
He was 37. So that was his 20th year in the league.
No, he retired at 37 is what I'm saying.
All right, so when did the Achilles come? In his 18th year?
Yeah.
This is what I'm fucking saying. He got 18 years
Right,
in
and
the
I'm saying
NBA.
his numbers dropped.
Okay, cool. But
So I'm saying if Tatum's numbers dropped.
But you talking about a dude that's 7 years in. He's
I'm
way
saying
young. How old is Tatum?
27.
I can't even say his age no more because this motherfucker gonna get. What's his age? What's Tatum's age?
I think he's 27.
So come on, bro. You telling me you not betting on the 27-year-old?
I'm just saying the only person I've seen tear their Achilles with my own eyes and their numbers did not drop was Kevin Durant. That's all I'm saying.
That's because he's a fucking chuck.
Right, and I'm just saying is Jason Tatum fit that
That nigga
category?
need to chuck his ass to the barbershop every week. He be skipping cuts like his shit ain't like that.
Yeah.
Bro, you need to fucking take care of that shit, bro.
Come to Amazing Cuts. Let Mike cut you.
Amazing, that's and I'm gonna charge your big ass too. You gonna pay like you fucking 6'10".
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. No hate on JT. I'm just saying an Achilles is a hell of an injury to come back from. So if I'm Boston, I'd be cautious.
So you would get rid of everybody because that's
Not everybody,
bro. That's what you're gonna have to do.
No, like you said, maybe
this
you
nigga's
keep
making
two.
50, 60 million. That's like
they
three
both
of them.
are. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather keep hypothetically. Okay, Brown, Tatum, we'll say White, and I don't know Porzingis. And
No, you
everybody
can't
else.
get. You can't.
But I'm saying you let go of Precious, you let go of Horford, like everybody, Holiday, like let them go. You pick two of them, two of the role players.
You can't get two of them because they listen, bro. Their contracts is gonna go up. If you, what you think Pritchard gonna get?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to let them go.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. You gonna keep Al Horford? He gonna want $15 million or some shit.
You might have to let him go too.
All right, so
I'm just saying
you're
too.
not keeping Porzingis because somebody gonna throw $40 million at
Okay,
Porzingis.
so then if he's out, then okay, we roll back Horford. If Porzingis did, that's what I'm saying. We
Horford,
keep
that
two.
nigga's, I can't even say he's 40. How old is Horford?
38.
The fuck did this nigga have these fucking numbers?
He turned 39 later this month,
He
actually.
found the youth though. He don't look like he's slowing down.
Man, that nigga is done. That nigga jumper is slow as hell now. That nigga shoot that shit mag, knock need, and slow as hell. He's done.
You know, he's not like the ideal focal point you want on the team, but he cool.
Bro, barbecue chicken. Listen, basically what you saying right now is Boston should pay a shit ton of money to rebuild. That's what you're saying.
Around Brown and Tatum, yeah.
That don't make no fucking sense.
I'm just saying, genuinely, I think if they let Tatum walk, or Brown, whichever one you want to trade.
They have to, listen, they have to let everybody else go.
Okay.
If you plan on bringing other people in. Because unless Derek White be like, you know what, I'm going to take a pay cut. Okay. Unless Porzingis say, you know what, I'm going to take a pay cut. Because those dudes is going to be looking at 30 to 40 million.
I think
teams is going to throw at
yeah,
them.
for sure. I think if they do keep, we'll say White, Porzingis, one of those two, it'll probably be on a pay cut, yeah. I think that'll probably happen.
I don't think they taking no pay cut.
I think Derek White seems like the type of guy to take a pay cut.
No. He's balling out of his mind. He not taking no pay cut.
I think to keep Boston together, I think he would do it.
Where we at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's one of those type of teams.
Yeah, but Brunson did that so they could stay with the Villanova Knicks.
Right, and I'm saying Derek White would do it to stay on the team that won the championship.
But it's not going to be the team that won the championship. That's the thing.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is if you keep Brown and Tatum, you can run it back. But if one of them goes, it's different.
They could never. Different. They're not going to be able to run that back, bro.
I think
you're not gonna get the pieces, bro.
I think Brown and Tatum is the pieces. Is what I'm saying.
You're not gonna get the pieces. You're not.
The team as a whole not gonna be as deep. But if you got Brown and Tatum, I think you got.
Look at what they had. They got an anchor at the point, right? Mm-hmm. Drew Holiday,
right?
That's the anchor. You're not fucking getting that back.
100%.
All right, so
but I'm saying if you let him walk, okay, Derek White has a bigger role.
All right, but Derek White can't do what Drew Holiday could do.
For sure. But you're not. They were already the best team by far. They didn't. Listen.
Derek White going to have to go too.
Listen, they didn't play in last year when they won the championship, they didn't play in a series that went more than 5 games. I'm saying maybe they win another one, but it's not as easy. That's what I'm saying. If you keep Brown and Tatum together.
Bro, let me tell you something. Before Tatum got hurt, they were struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
The Knicks was going to
they was up
3-1.
They was up 3-1. Hell yeah.
Even if Tatum was still there.
They were going to go up 3-1 regardless.
They were going to lose.
100%.
Oh, listen, that team, you have to break up Tatum and Brown.
Let me tell you why I say that. Games 1 and 2, yes, they lost both of them for sure. After this, yeah. You go up games 1 and 2 by 20 points in both of them. Yes, they lost them. That doesn't scare me as a team moving forward. I'm like, okay, we was up 20 in both of these games. We just got to learn how to close. That has nothing to do with talent. We just got to learn how to close the games.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not jacking
close.
that. I ain't jacking that. But anyway, man, hit the fucking button, man.
I hit it this time. You ain't lie as much. You tried to lie about Kobe's age.
Yo,
but
one thing I'm learning with young Miles over here, right?
don't try it.
This dude,
get you.
I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what you got up there in that biscuit, bro. But this dude remember numbers, bro. Like, what the hell, bro? He's Ben Affleck. That's what we gonna start calling him. Benny, young Benny.
He be trying to lie to get his points across.
Word, young Benny. Bro, I get caught up in years, bro. I'm 40-some years old, bro.
I forgot you old, bro.
I watch so much sport. Years, sometimes years get tangled up,
That
man.
makes sense.
Sometimes years get tangled up.
I got to say this. I'm going to look at my camera for this. I've been doing Mike a disservice. I've been saying I'm 19, he's 40. He's actually 41, turning 42 this year. Got to make that clear. I got to give him all his years. He's about to turn 42.
Yeah, this guy's funny.
Well, all right, let's get into these finals, man. Tyrese Halliburton had an all-time stinker last night, or 2 nights ago. 0 field goals, only 4 points.
Hallie. Hallie came out to play, y'all.
I think
and we're not talking about Barry.
all right, bro.
Yeah.
I think anytime that a starting point guard on the team doesn't hit a shot, you're gonna lose, especially when the other team's second option drops 40. Yeah, if Hallie plays like that, it's over with. You can go ahead and kiss it goodnight. Give Oklahoma City the championship tomorrow. Hallie needs a hell of a game tomorrow. He needs one of those, double games.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I just yawned just now. I'm tired of you talking about this motherfucker. He just made me tired. All his stats and numbers and shit.
All right, why don't you talk about his stats now? I'll be quiet.
He lost.
Okay.
That's it. He showed you exactly who he is. He's Hallie. That's it.
You talking about the same Hallie that hit 4 buzzer beaters this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's different time.
Yeah,
That's not what he does every night.
I know, but what they needed from him last night was another buzzer
For
beater.
sure. And I'm just saying, who knows what he's gonna do to game 6? Who knows?
That's the problem. That's why he's not him. Because
He's not a superstar.
It doesn't. I said him. I didn't say a superstar. Because if he was anything like what I'm accustomed to seeing, all right. So
He's inconsistent, yeah.
yeah, you never saw Charles Barkley come out and shit an egg.
What he did, dropping 0 field goals in the finals game, that's
Bro,
all
I
time.
could imagine
It's all time.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem might slap me for saying some shit like that. If I be like, yo, Hakeem Olajuwon came out and he ain't scored no points. That would be crazy.
For sure. That was one of the worst
Hakeem,
performances.
you know what? Hakeem might slap one of his teammates that shoot the ball before he gets off type shit. You know, like if he's 0 for 6, you better keep feeding me the ball.
For sure.
I know Shaq will beat one of his teammates
sure.
up if they don't keep. This is what I'm saying with your man Holly. This the light skin shit. This the Drake shit. This is whatever. But I don't know, man. I just can't get with them. I hope they win because I can't stand Shea. But Holly is definitely going.
A little bit, but it's no excuse. There's no
You
excuse.
said his injury?
Yeah, he strained his calf.
Bro, everybody's hurt.
No, that's why I said it's no excuse. It's no excuse. Not at all.
Listen,
Not at all.
They're in the finals.
Yeah, it's no excuse. It's no
Jalen
excuse.
Williams probably gonna get surgery after the season's over.
Yeah, it's no excuse.
Shea gonna get his knee drained or something like that. Them boys is hurt too. I won't,
for sure.
I'm not gonna let nobody off the hook by saying that he's hurt or something like that.
Me personally, I will acknowledge the fact that he's injured, but it's no excuse. A strained calf is a real thing, but like you can't hit 0 field goals. Like hell no.
Bro, all of them are hurt. If you're hurt like that, get off the
understand that.
Look, let me point this out though. Look, I was about to say if you hurt like that, get off the court. Let me tell you this, right? Why the fuck didn't this coach like this when they was playing the Knicks? This is what I don't fucking get, right?
Halliburton's
Listen,
calf wasn't strained.
what I'm saying is why they just did the dude TJ or CJ.
TJ McConnell, yeah.
Bro, he was balling.
He was hooping. They should have kept him in, to be honest.
Oh my God. He was.
Pascal Siakam.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I said, why didn't he coach like this when they was playing the Knicks?
Yeah.
Why he ain't coach like this when they was playing the Knicks?
I don't know.
I don't get this, bro. Like, why we couldn't get this opportunity? Why we couldn't? I would love to see Brunson going up top on Shea.
Yeah.
That's the matchup I really wanted to see Brunson against Ant-Man.
Yeah, the Madison Square Garden with Ant in it. That would have been a hell of a sight.
I don't like this one. I don't even like the fact that I got to go for
Indiana.
Indiana. I don't like that.
Yeah. So, do you think the series will be over tomorrow, or you think Indiana forces a Game 7?
I hope they force a Game 7.
That's not what I asked.
I hope they do, motherfucker.
All right, bro. It's just, who do you think is going to win the game tomorrow? Who do you think is going to win?
I don't know, man. It's like, bro, what do he want me to say, bro?
Who you think is going to win?
Bro, these dudes come out and shit eggs all the time.
Okay, so if you think they're going to shit an egg, then say, I think Oklahoma City's going to win
I
the
don't
game.
know. This motherfucker might come out and score 40. I'll be like,
do
yo,
you think?
he's going to shit an egg tonight, and he comes out and score 40.
Okay, so
and I'll
pick
be
a
sitting here
side.
looking in the camera like, damn. I don't know. They're unpredictable. This is what I mean about your fucking generation of basketball. They're fucking unpredictable. This sports bet nation, they're unpredictable. What do you want me to? What do you want me to tell you? This motherfucker has 0 points.
Yes. So I'm asking you, do you think he's going to have a good game or a bad game? What do you think?
Bro, I don't. He might hurt his toe. He might have turf toe.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Game 6, Indiana tomorrow night.
I just said I hope Indiana wins.
So he said Indiana gonna win.
I hope Indiana wins.
But do you get what I'm saying, Bryce? Like, he's like, come on.
No, I get what you're saying, bro. Listen, he wants me to bet the house on some shit, right?
No, I'm not asking you to bet nothing. I'm just asking who you think is going to win the game.
Bro, I hope Indiana wins.
You got to be rage baiting me, bro.
Yo.
And it's working. It's
Yo.
working. It's working.
Yo, for real, bro,
It's
because
working.
I really don't like neither one of them, right? So he's asking me to be like, yo,
Glasses off, bro.
because he took the glasses off. Oh shit, Stephon.
He's rage baiting me and it's working.
Yo,
bro.
put them shits back on, Urkel.
I'll put them back on when you tell me who you think is going to win the game.
Yo, the accountant. Put the glasses back on, man.
Bro, who's going to win the
I
game?
can't focus this way, bro. I'm used to the. Yo, this nigga look mad funny without the glasses.
See, now it's a double standard because when I first put the glasses on, it's, oh, what the hell? What's going on with you, Stephon? Because you saw me without them, but now all of a sudden this nigga laughing his ass off. All right, bro.
Oh shit, damn, man.
Miles, who do you think gonna win the finals? Who do you think gonna win tomorrow? Who do you think gonna win?
I think Indiana's going to force a Game 7.
Yo, you gotta put the cheeses back on, son.
No.
You can't put the cheeses back on?
Can you tell me who you think is going to win the game?
Yo, he getting mad because them shits look foggy. He was getting mad. You was sweating over there.
All right, that wasn't funny, bro.
Look, though, they don't look foggy. Yo, get a close-up on his face with the edit.
It's not that funny, bro.
Son, it is, bro. I swear to God it is, man.
Anywho.
Tell him who you think go win, man.
I already did. It's you. I said the Pacers.
I hope.
A little analysis. You know, influence.
Yeah, I want to hear your analysis.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I want to hear.
So last night, after I give the analysis, I'll put the glass back on so you can actually focus. Last game, Jalen Williams dropped 40, right? And Tyrese Halliburton had an all-time stinker. Those are the two extremes. I think those are going to balance out. I'm not saying Hallie's going to drop a triple-double, and I'm not saying Jalen Williams is going to drop 0. But I think, okay, they're going to have more normal games, and because it's going to balance out, I think it's going to lean towards Indiana because they only lost by, what, like 8? It was a single-digit game. For them, for Jalen Williams to drop 40 and Hallie to have 0 field goals and it be a single-digit game, it makes me think, okay, they're going to kind of balance out, and then it's going to lean towards Indiana, especially being at home. Okay, 11. Yeah. For them to lose by 11 with Jalen Williams playing the way he did and Hallie playing the way he did, I think they're going to kind of be back to normal, and then Indiana's going to force the game 7. He still don't know. Everything I said went in one ear and out the other.
Bro, I'm looking at the game play out the way you just said it, right? I look at that shit differently. So if I say, it depends how Indiana coaches the game. If he sees Halliburton off and he still continues to play them, they're going to lose.
Okay. Well, this is my thing. I think you have to die with Hallie. Like, you have to give him 30-plus minutes.
It's not die, bro. You're dead already if you continue to go with him. This is what I'm saying. This is a elimination game.
For sure.
And you got them to an elimination game because you continue to play somebody.
Took PJ McConnell out the
So this is exactly what the Knicks coach did, right?
Okay.
He lived and he died by his coaching method. And if he does the same exact thing, he's gonna die the same exact way. He's gonna die the same. See, we have to get the right etiquette around here in this podcast. Last week,
yeah, hell yeah.
Last week we had microphone issues. My esteemed
co-host, bro,
broadcasting co-host here, who has experience, fucked up his mic. Now today, we have Bryce over here, who didn't put his phone on silent.
All right, so just to wrap this up before we go into the final topic, you think Oklahoma City's going to win tomorrow?
I didn't say that. I said I would predict Indiana. If I had to make a prediction, I want them to win. I'll predict them. I'll predict Indiana to win.
All right,
but
I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
As coach and how he goes.
I'll take it.
Because I know he's going to fucking hold this shit against me. You picked Indiana.
I picked Indiana too. It's okay to be wrong.
No, because now when I say something to your ass, you're going to be like, you picked them with me.
I was just asking a question.
Nigga, bro. You remember everything.
All right, we're done.
Young Sheldon.
We're done. All right, so last topic. Y'all see the jersey. A-Rod, my guy. Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers because they didn't have a quarterback. And, it's been one of the hot topics. They've been kind of in conversation for, like 2 months.
Mike Tomlin lost me with this. But go ahead.
I don't think so. How so? I want to get your opinion on how he lost you with it. They didn't have a quarterback. You wanted them to start Mason Rudolph?
Nah, this is not Mike Tomlin like. I thought that he was gonna stick to his guns. Say fuck Aaron Rodgers.
They didn't have a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is better than any quarterback that was on that roster.
Which Aaron Rodgers you gonna get?
True, okay. Let me preface by saying this. I love A-Rod. Y'all see the jersey right here. Favorite player ever. He needs to retire. He's not who he used to be, but even still, he's better than them, than Mason Rudolph and everybody else on that roster. I think it's Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. He's better than both of them.
I could agree with you on that.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. So what else is Pittsburgh supposed to do?
They had some options out there.
Who? At this point, because everybody else already signed. Russell Wilson walked. Justin Fields walked. Like, what were they supposed to trade for Kirk Cousins? Hell no.
Kirk Cousins.
You take Kirk over A-Rod? Crazy.
Right now it depends.
Crazy.
Man. Look. I'm telling you, man. A-Rod is like KD, man. He's poison, bro.
KD ain't no 4-time MVP.
All right, bro. See, this the fucking stats and numbers and shit. When the last time he won a chip? The greatest player.
I didn't say he was the greatest player. I didn't say that. He's my favorite. 2011. February 2011.
That was 2010 season.
I said February 2011.
All right, so say 2010 season.
And that throws me off because it happened in 2011.
It's whatever. I corrected your ass, nigga.
You didn't.
That's 2010 season.
He won a Super Bowl.
Over a decade ago.
Yeah, for sure.
No, fuck that.
For sure.
No,
I answered the question.
That. Statistician.
February 2011.
But what season is that? That's 2010.
Sure.
All right then, motherfucker. I got his ass.
He won the Super Bowl.
That's all I wanted. My feet is moving right now. Ooh.
I don't know why.
Cuz, man, I'm tired of you correcting me, motherfucker, with these stats. But anyway, he ain't win shit since 2010.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
All he been doing is declining.
Recently, yeah.
That shit that he did in
New York?
In New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
That's why I'm with you. I think he should retire now. I don't think he's who he used to be. I don't think he's who he used to be.
That motherfucker had Pro Bowlers on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Dogs.
Like I think he should retire now, but I think yet and still he was their best option for Pittsburgh. And, Pittsburgh has a little bit of a different brand as far as the defense.
Yeah,
they gave him DK Metcalf.
Yo, bro, he's going to fuck up the Pittsburgh culture. He's going to fuck it up.
I don't think so.
He already did.
How?
Bro, he wasn't at no OTAs.
He just signed.
Because he was holding out doing Aaron Rodgers shit. And that's why Aaron Rodgers fucked up the Jets. This is what
Okay.
I'm telling you. He fucked them up.
Okay.
And I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, as talented, objectively speaking, as talented as Aaron Rodgers is with his arm, if they can protect him and, DK Metcalf can create separation like they paid him to do, making $100 million, I think they'll be all right. They're not going to win a Super Bowl, but I think they'll be all right.
Bro, he set up to fail, man. Running game, I don't know who the fuck they got.
Yeah, because they let Najee walk. I don't know who their starting running back is yet.
We got to see what Mike Tomlin going to do with that. And everybody keeps saying Metcalf, like this dude is like he's a freak athlete, but he's like downfield. He's not a precision route runner
for sure,
and
for
shit
sure.
like that. I don't see Aaron Rodgers doing shit with him. He just had Garrett Wilson and
Tay.
Adams.
Yeah.
Bro, like, what the fuck do y'all see
All
him
right,
doing?
to be fair, Garrett Wilson had 1,000 yards and Tay was on pace for it. So, to be fair, it wasn't as
See what
much.
I'm saying? He go. This is what I hate. He goes to stats, right? Like once you say he had 1,000 yards, it's supposed to be like, all right, he had a good year. No, you look at fuck the yards. Look at the film. They looked ass, bro. Just because they hit their mark with their stats, don't mean that they did not play like shit.
That's the thing that I'm getting at with A-Rod is a bad year for him is better than most other quarterbacks.
Relax.
That's a fact. I'm not saying last year he was better. I'm just saying in general, a down year for A-Rod's better than most other quarterbacks. So I think with that being the case, if he doesn't have to return
stats-wise.
Yeah, it's better than most other
wins
quarterbacks.
They had last year?
I think 6 maybe.
6 wins.
Let me finish this point real quick. I'm saying not like last year. Last year was bad for A-Rod. I'm saying if he plays better than he did last year, not MVP Aaron Rodgers, if he plays better than he did last year, and DK's hooping, the defense, TJ Watt continues to be TJ Watt and all that good stuff, they'll be all right. A down year for A-Rod. I'll say that one more time. A down year for Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking at my camera. A down year for Aaron Rodgers is better than what most quarterbacks will give you.
I'm gonna look at it and look at this camera too. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Them stats you putting up, nigga, them shits ain't shit because you losing.
Okay.
MVP, great quarterback, L's, nigga. And you go to a team, you get everything that you want, everything that you ask for. You show up 2 months later after everybody else, and you look like ass, nigga. That's why.
I can't argue. I do think I love him, but you need to hang it up. I think he needs to retire. But I'm gonna enjoy it though. I'm gonna wear this jersey every Sunday. Packers on top, go Pack, go, and I will be supporting Aaron Rodgers as an A-Rod fan on the Steelers.
I'm gonna burn that shit, y'all. First chance I get.
I dare this nigga to burn this jersey. I dare him.
I'm a burn that shit.
You want to go through another ACL surgery, bro?
Fuck. Listen, my knee is better than his right now.
Oh, we can change that. Burn this jersey, see what happened.
He just had an ACL injury.
Burn this jersey, see what happened.
Mine's just healed up.
Burn this jersey, see what happened.
His shit shaking and shit. We're gonna be out there looking like Aaron Rodgers.
This is preferences. So Aaron Rodgers combined, he had 2 seasons in New York. He won 11 games and he lost 24.
That's crazy.
It was bad.
What was his stats though? Yeah, look, he had phenomenal numbers.
I didn't say phenomenal.
He threw for 8,000 yards in New York.
No, he didn't, bro. You're dragging it.
That's what they gonna say. He's Dak Prescott.
Nah, Dak right now better than A-Rod right now.
They the same shit. That motherfucker got.
He threw for 3,897 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
What he threw for the year before that? I told
That's
you.
when he tore his Achilles in the first week.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that.
And that's what I'm saying. That 1 year, like again, that's not great, but 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, it's all right. So if you put him on Pittsburgh and TJ Watt continues to be TJ Watt, and that defense is that defense, and A-Rod's throwing for 3,800 yards, 28 TDs, 11 INTs, we can work with that. Yeah, that's when he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, the first.
Yeah.
He threw it. When he tore them in
Week 1.
Yeah, damn.
So he really only had 1 year in New York.
Okay, so his record, he basically won 6 games.
Yeah. Last year. That's what I said. 6 games. That's what I said. It's pretty. Again, it wasn't great, but 28 touchdowns, 11 INTs, it's not terrible.
That's terrible.
28 and 11 is terrible. You're just hating.
Bro, I'm talking about, see, you saying 28 and 11.
That's what I said.
I'm telling you 6 fucking wins.
That's bad.
and you make $40 million a year.
He just signed for 13.5, actually.
I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about last year. What he made last year.
I'm not sure. But that goes back to what I'm saying. I'm not asking him to be what he was on the Jets. I'm asking him to make 13.5.
Bro, so see, look, I wouldn't have a problem with Aaron Rodgers, right?
Okay.
If he fucking did regular shit.
Yeah, he's
not
different.
Showing
He's
up
different. He's
2
different.
months later, not making people wait, not doing this. And like, bro, I wish the Steelers would have said, fuck you, go sit home on the couch, and everybody would have just untouched him and left him sitting there on the couch where he knocking on people's doors, begging them to play quarterback.
The problem with that is the reason he has the leverage to do things like shit out for 2 months is because, again, a down year for him is better than most people. So,
bro,
don't let him come.
Motherfuckers is this is what I'm saying. They live now. I'm on the other side of this shit. His old ass need to go somewhere, right? You need to sit the fuck down. What I would do if I was that offensive line, what I would do is I would just move and let somebody tear his fucking head off. That's what I would do.
You just hate him, bro.
I'm not hating, bro. He got to get rocked where he realized that he's fucking 40 years old. Go 41. Sit down, bro. No, he ain't 41 yet.
You want to bet?
Nah, we ain't gonna bet. No bets. I'm not fucking with him. What the fuck do he do? Just sit.
I have this thing. It's called innate numeracy. I was born with like the ability to really break down numbers for real. So yeah.
You said you have what?
Innate numeracy. Look it up.
Yeah. You look like one of them.
He's how old? Oh,
you look like one of them innate numeracy mode. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so try to look at the numbers if you want to.
Yeah, he need to relax. Relax, nigga. Everything is analytical. And hold on, if I cut my hair down to a 1, it's gonna be precisely.
Talking about me or Aaron Rodgers?
You.
What are you? All right, see now you're dragging it. We gonna wrap it up there, bro, because he lying on my name again. He's lying again. You lied about Russell Westbrook, about Kevin Durant.
We're done, y'all. We're done.
Yeah, now that I'm calling him out, he want to end it. I call him out, he want to end it.
Click the button. Yo, motherfucker.